Daily Flash presents Preview Review. Here's your host, Matt Doolittle. Matt Doolittle.
You know, Jimmy, I could have been a Mandalorian. Yep. But how could I keep this mug away from the world every day? Oh, hey, welcome to Daily Flash Preview Review. Jim, you're a dirty Trekkie. No. Welcome to Daily Flash and Preview Review for this special edition on May the 4th. I am Matt Doolittle. Happy May the 4th to all my fellow Star Wars nerds out there. And to you psychos who went out to Disney's Hollywood Studios today or Disneyland, God bless you, because I saw pictures from today and no thank you. But in the world of Star Wars, we've got a Mandalorian film coming up next year. We've got a bunch of new cartoon animated stuff. Some of the stuff that Disney's kicked out's been pretty good, so hopefully they don't keep screwing it up, and we will see. So this week we're going to get into what Universal Studios has going on at the new Epic Universe area, and I've got my review of the Jerry Seinfeld directed, acted, everything Unfrosted. But first, let's take a look at this announcement that came over from Universal earlier this week about Epic Universe. The big part of this is going to be Super Nintendo World. They have one in Japan, they have one in Hollywood. I haven't had a chance to check out either yet. But what I do know about the parks there compared to here is we have land in Orlando. They don't. Universal Studios Hollywood is built up on a mountain, and you kind of run out of room on a mountain. It's just like the problem they have with Disneyland, where it is locked in and it really can't go anywhere. Here, where it's going to go is by our god-awful, gaudy monstrosity of a money-sucking convention center. Don't get me wrong, it's nice, but why do we keep building onto it? It's going to be right behind that. They've already built a couple hotels just for it. A big thing I'm interested in, though, is what are they going to do transportation-wise? They haven't really addressed that because Universal and Islands of Adventure are a good 5 miles away on the other side of our interstate, I-4, and there's not really good public transportation. You're going to add to the cars and the buses on I-Drive, which is already a nightmare during most of the day. So I don't know. I've heard rumors of a monorail system, which would be cool. That would work. That'd be neat. But we'll have to see. But let's check this out. They did this big release of this video.
Universal Epic Universe will be the 4th theme park at Universal Orlando Resort.
Oh, you look important.
And will transport you to 5 immersive worlds filled
cool.
with thrills and excitement.
The only thing I worry about is that big lake in the middle.
Nintendo
Islands of
World,
Adventure has that
you'll
problem
jump
where it
into the
takes forever to
action
get on the
and
other
discover a
side.
new way to play.
When we started planning Epic Universe, we really wanted to create iconic worlds that deeply connect with fans.
Okay.
I'm a lifelong fan of Nintendo and
Same.
grown up with these characters. I still remember opening up my NES system in 85 or 86.
It doesn't matter how old
Nintendo
you are.
64 was
Everyone
basically
knows
what I grew up
the
on.
Nintendo brand. We all
I
have
had
our
the old
favorite
Nintendo,
games, we
but
all have our favorite
64 is when
characters.
it really
We're
got
the
into
fans.
it.
And so our primary goal was to make sure, not just for us, but for the guests, this was the ultimate Nintendo experience.
I always wonder with those ears.
You'll enter Super Nintendo World through the iconic green pipe. And once inside, you'll discover the most elaborate, interactive world we've ever
Renders look
created,
good. I know
featuring
they have
Super
some
Mario
live
Land
shots in here
and
from
Donkey Kong
California.
Country.
They have a Donkey Kong
The
Land?
second level of Super Nintendo World with that vista, there's just not another view like it.
You have Mount Beanpole right in front of you. You have all these colorful blocks, all the characters moving around. This world is alive around
It
you.
looks so neat.
This
It looks so
world
interactive
invites you
and
to
like
just come
immersive.
in
That's what I love
and
about
play.
some of this stuff.
It's
Is you
just
don't
about fun,
you don't
man. It's
realize
all
where
about
you
fun.
are in the world.
One of the features of Super Nintendo World is the power-up band.
Of course, back to the
It
band
allows
thing.
you to play the games. It allows you to keep
But you have to
score.
buy, I'm sure.
You can collect coins by punching blocks. You can find hidden
think I know
elements throughout the land.
You can
Okay.
see how you're doing compared to other guests in the park.
There's so many places to look and to be engaged. You just get engulfed in it, and then you're like, okay, so what's the first thing you want to do?
If we were going to do anything with Nintendo, there were a handful of things that we had to touch on, and Mario Kart was one of them.
Absolutely.
Mario Kart Bowser's
That caused more
Challenge
fights between me
is
and my
Bowser
friends when we were in
challenging
our
Mario in a winner-take-all
early
race,
teens
and
and
you, as the
anything. Well, that and
guest, get to
GoldenEye.
join them
GoldenEye
on
really
this race
started some
through
fights.
courses all selected from the Mario Kart.
That I'd be
world.
interested in a ride for.
This ride is extremely innovative.
We use augmented reality technology to bring this
Oh, I
race
hope
to
this
life
doesn't make
in
me
such a
sick.
fun, visceral way.
I can't
You
put on.
can
I put
look
on my
at the
Oculus,
characters,
and
they
within
look
10
at you,
minutes, I'm
you
ready to
can
throw
throw
up.
shells at characters
I haven't even
and
turned that
change
thing
the
on in
outcome
6
of
months.
the race.
You can see all the beautiful
sell it.
scenery, and you also get the gameplay that's going on the image. It melds that game world into that real world.
Everything in this world is designed to fully immerse you. The sights, the sounds, the food, the attractions.
Looks like
I love
such
Yoshi.
a big
We
footprint.
couldn't do anything without bringing him along.
Yoshi's Adventure is a family
I'm a
ride.
Yoshi fan.
Which
That was
is
usually my
just
Mario
too
Kart
cute
pick.
for words.
We're joining Yoshi
This
in
looks like just
exploring
a
Mount Beanpole
kid's
in the
dark
search for
ride,
3
sort
glowing
of, where
eggs.
you just
It's a
look at
fun,
stuff.
colorful, interactive ride the whole family will love.
Oh, that's
You'll see
okay. Never
incredible
mind.
views of the world that you're not
It's a little
going
more
to see
than the
anywhere
Seuss
else.
train.
Yoshi and Mario Kart, they're so iconic. Donkey Kong is one of the original
Yes.
icons, and
This,
we
I mean,
certainly
this
couldn't
is
do
what
a
I'm
Super
really
Nintendo
excited
world
for.
without including him.
Donkey Kong Country
This
is
looks
a
so
completely
cool.
different
Look,
landscape
they got the plane.
from Super Mario Land.
You're exploring through very lush jungle with rhythm and music.
But the land really comes to life when you see the mine carts coming through the land.
Okay, the
It
mine
really
cart. You want
looks
to know where
like
my
it's a
anxiety
runaway
started as a
mine
kid?
cart.
This stupid ride. Not stupid ride,
Minecart
but
Madness
you
gives
know.
guests an opportunity to join
Just
Donkey
parts
Kong
of
and
it you
Diddy Kong.
just couldn't
It's a coaster that has jumps, turns, leaps, dips, dives.
It's got the most innovative technology inside of it to make us feel like we're actually jumping the track.
There are
Oh,
0
that's cool. I
screens.
wonder how they
It
do
is
that.
all real show. It is all real thrill.
It will blow their minds on what we were able to turn into a real life experience.
When I see Super Nintendo World, what I see is the future of immersive experiences, where it's the gaming world and the real world being able to finally join together all around you.
I think this place is going to allow so many families to connect and bond over these timeless video games.
Yeah.
To me, I
mean,
think
it's
that's
lasted.
why theme parks matter.
You could go there 20 times and you will always find something new every single time.
You gotta come here and you have to see this place.
Super Nintendo World is going to bring so much joy to our guests and is one of the reasons why Universal Epic Universe will be an amazing theme park experience.
Thanks, nice lady. Opening 2025. Okay. Well, what do we think? I think it looks awesome. I think it looks very immersive, like they're saying. I think the footprint, like I said before, is going to be huge. It's going to make Disney up their game. That's why they just filed a bunch of new paperwork to have a massive expansion to the Magic Kingdom. We've already heard about them redoing some of the, I call them Eisner parts of Animal Kingdom. They just got done with Hollywood Studios. Please don't touch that. And Epcot, they're just about done with the front redo, which is nice. It definitely gives a lot more area because they got rid of the massive, the pond that was there, or the fountain. So this is going to be great. The other lands that we've seen so far, I don't know much about them, and I'm not a Train Your Dragon person. And what were the other ones they've got in here? I know they're talking about like all the crazy lands, but the problem they had with so Celestial Park, okay, I don't know, Dark Universe, all right, that's cool, dark stuff, and then Dragon, yeah, and then all the stuff in the middle, and of course another Harry Potter world. Which, let me say this about that. What the problem Universal always has, and they'll admit this, and you've seen it with rides that get phased out, whereas at Disney, you've got the Haunted Mansion, which has a couple updates here and there, but it's been around since, you know, right at the beginning of the parks. Both of them, really. I mean, yeah, it came along later at Disneyland and here, but it was part of the build. What's weird about Harry Potter, though, is I'm wondering if we're going to hit that line where kids start to get phased out of it and it gets old. Like Star Wars is already a tried and true deal. That's not going to go anywhere. Mario, I think you're pretty safe with that one, for sure. The other lands in here, Dark Universe, Celestial Park, they kind of left those vague so they can change them up. But you'll see what happened at Universal. Jaws is gone. Back to the Future's gone, which I hear rumors that the Simpsons ride's about to get replaced. That whole area, please, please, I hate that ride. It has messed my back up twice. And I always thought that area should have been a SpongeBob thing anyway. And luckily the Marvel stuff came along so they could keep that area, and the partnership with Disney so that they could keep that area going. The Transformers ride, I feel, is kind of getting dated over there. The Mummy ride, I guess if Brendan Fraser's re-up, plus just a fun ride, that's kept going. Men in Black is old. If you haven't been on that lately, it's showing its wear. And so they have to change stuff over there constantly. They had to change out the earthquake for that fantastic Fast and Furious ride, which I hear the Rip Ride Rocket Coaster is just going to be rethemed into a Fast and Furious ride, which would be cool. But at the Islands of Adventure, Jurassic Park, they even had to kind of transition to a Jurassic World, and they let Harry Potter eat up everything up till Dr. Seuss Land, which Dr. Seuss is timeless, so that's not going to go anywhere. So they've gotten lucky with that. With Harry Potter, we'll have to see. Disney is doing the expansion. I'm not really sure. They're going to be tight-lipped with that, of course. I know that at Animal Kingdom, it's going to be more of a Indiana Jones theme. The ride is basically the same as the one that it's in California. So that's cool. I'm excited. This is going to be awesome. I'm hoping our friends at Universal maybe give us a little preview so that I can review it. See what I did there with the stupid thing. All right, so moving on. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, or you can shoot me an email, matt@dailyflashshow.com, or hit me up on all of my social medias. It's just right at Matt Doolittle. Spell it with 2 O's for twice the goodness. Yeah, Jimmy, I know. That was horrible. So let's move on to a movie that kind of had a big premiere. I mean, Jerry Seinfeld, the whole crew of this was all over the place promoting it. The Fall Guy was the big thing in the theaters, which I already did a review on. You can check that out. Still love that. The promotion they did for that thing was so good. And for this one, it was pretty good. Now, our illustrious Mitch English and I were going back and forth, and I was deciding if I liked this movie. And I'll tell you something. It took about halfway through for me to finally start getting the jokes and thinking it was funny. Jerry Seinfeld opened up his Rolodex of comics and had them in this. It's him, Bill Burr, who's amazing, Jim Gaffigan, Melissa McCarthy. You've got Amy Schumer, who actually is pretty good in this. I'm not a big Amy Schumer fan. I don't get her comedy, and it's, again, I don't want to get crap because she's a woman. No, it's just I don't find that type of stuff funny. I'm a Bert Kreischer type funny, if that makes any sense. I like storytelling funny. Hugh Grant is amazing in this as Tony the Tiger. There is a scene, and he talked about it, where they are burying somebody with something that happened, and they have a serial burial. Freaking hilarious. Bill Burr as JFK was amazing, and I hear one of his great lines he improvised, and I'm sure there was a bunch of stuff that couldn't even make the film. It's pretty funny. It's a loose storytelling of the Pop-Tart story. It is true that in the city in Michigan, it was like Battle Forge or something like that in Michigan, where it was Kellogg's versus Post, and they were going back and forth in the cereal wars of the 60s. And it's loosely based on it. Amy Schumer played Marjorie Post, who was a real person. But some of the other people were loosely based on people. They want to have fun with it. I mean, look, Quentin Tarantino can tell the retelling of slavery and the Nazis. I think Jerry Seinfeld can get away with the Pop-Tart story. Again, funny, every turn. Peter Dinklage is just great in it. They all just came along and they did this. They put it together kind of during COVID, and I think they were shooting it right after. But yeah, you definitely check it out. There are some funny scenes, but like I say, there's a great thing with John Hamm. I'm not going to give that away because that got me, and I started laughing my ass off. I thought it was awesome. Some good one-liners, just some good jokes that you're like, that is a Seinfeld joke, because of the way he can tell it clean. Because him and Gaffigan are pretty much clean comics, so they definitely put that into here. What's the guy's name? Max Greenfield. He's really funny. He plays Amy Schumer's assistant. Great scene with a toaster and getting electrocuted again. The stuff I give away is in the trailers and stuff. But check it out. It's on Netflix. It's not too long of a watch. It's family safe. There's no super dirty jokes in it. There's a couple innuendo things, but it's safe for the whole family. But check it out. But again, give it. When you see Bill Burr, the movie starts getting good. That is what I will tell you for sure. That is when it really starts ramping it up in the end. I mean, there's even I don't do political stuff. I tried to stay away from it after the last election, and I had to clean out my Facebook, and it started screaming matches with family and friend members, and you guys know how that goes. There's a pretty funny nod to the January 6th events that I thought was pretty subtle and pretty funny that you'll pick up on the main part of it. Just watch for Hugh Jackman. So anyway, that's going to do it for a preview review this week. Make sure you check out every other episode we've got. We're trying to ramp this up. Going to do a little more field pieces and stuff like that. Hopefully, we're getting a lot more screeners in, maybe some prize giveaways and stuff like that in the future. I will definitely let you guys know. But make sure you hit us up in the comments. Hit up all the Instagram, Facebooks. Just search Matt Doolittle, Daily Flash, all that stuff. It's all connected. And I just want to make sure all of you have a fantastic May the 4th. Peace and love. This is the way.